question number 1 to 19, part with the maximum goal. So in this question we are given with the grid of size m into n, and each cell in this mine is an integer representing the amount of gold in that cell and 0 if it is empty. So return the maximum amount of gold you can collect under the conditions. That is, the conditions are, every time you locate it in a cell you will collect all the gold in that cell. From your position you can walk either to the left, to right, to up and to the down. You can't visit the cell more than once. The next condition is, never visit a cell with a 0 gold. And the last condition is, you can start and stop collecting gold from any position in the grid that has the same gold. Now looking to this example number 1, we can see that the maximum path for collecting gold can be this one, 9, 8 and 7. So the result would be 9 plus 8 plus 7, that is 24, and we can't get the maximum path other than this. So let's have a look over how we are going to achieve this. So the first thing what we have to do is iterate over each and every cell element, and then if the value is 0 as in the first condition, what we have to do is just return 0 in this case, and then iterate over the second element, that is 6. Now the second step would be to go to its right, left, up and down, and recursively checking and returning the maximum of all the values. And the third would be, after iterating each and every element, we have to return the maximum of the value to get the maximum goal path. Now as we are on the first element, we can see that the value is 0, so we have to iterate over the second element. So the value is not 0 for the second element, so we have to go for its left, right, up and down and return the maximum by recursively calling it. So checking its left, as the value is 0, so simply returning 0 in this case. To up, again returning 0. To right, again returning 0. And then to down, as the value is not 0 in this case, so we have to recursively call this and check further for its left, right, up and down. The second thing what we have to do is, when we are visiting a cell, we have to initialize its value. We have to change its value by 0, and before changing its value to 0, we have to initialize its value with a variable temp, so that we can track it after adding its value. Now as we have changed 6 value with 0, now we are going to go to the down of the element what we are iterating over. So the next step is, we are going to the cell number, this one. Now the value is not again 0, so we have to check its left, right, up and down. So first going to the left. As the cell is visited, so we have to change its value with 0. Now after visiting this cell, we have to again recursively check its left, right, up and down, and its value is 0. Now as we have visited this cell, so we have to change its value with 0. And then checking its left, right, up and down, as all the values are 0, and as we have visited this, so we have changed its value before, so it will also return 0. So in this case, for this cell, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the maximum for this would be 0 plus the cells value which was stored in this temp would be returned to this. Now as we are again on this cell, we have to check to its right. Now again similar condition as what we are having with the 5, so it will also return 7 to the middle and 9 in this condition. Now at the end we have to check the maximum of 5, 9 and 7. So in this condition it is 9 plus the value which was 8 before, which was stored in this temp variable. So it will just return temp plus the maximum of all the left, right, up and down. So it will return 8 plus 9, that is 17 to the center. So here the value would be 17. And then again pressing back to this cell, the maximum for 0, 0, 0 and 17 would be 17. And as we are clear with this fact that the value was 6 here before, which was stored in this variable, so the answer would be 6 plus 17, that is 23. Now similarly we are going to iterate over each and every element and check to its maximum value, and then at the end we are going to return the maximum of all the cells. So let's jump onto the code. First we are going to initialize a variable max with the integer.min value, and it would be our answer at the end. So now we are going to iterate over our given grid and then storing the max value with the maximum value, with the previous maximum value, and with the max goal grid I comma j, which would be storing the maximum path value for each element. Now simply returning max. Now let's have a look over how we are going to define this max goal function. The first condition would be checking if I is less than 0 or I is greater than grid length minus 1, or j is smaller than 0, j greater than grid 0 length minus 1, or the given grid has no goal in it. So in that case we have to return 0. Now for the first condition, as we are on this element, the last condition satisfies, so it will return 0 for this case. Now iterating over, we are on the second element, so all the conditions are false in this case, so we are going to go to the next step. So as we have discussed before, that we have to store the grid value in a variable called temp, so that we can change the grid value with 0 later. So we have stored the value in the temp variable and changing the value to 0. Now we have to store the value of sum with temp, that is the cells value plus the maximum of its left, right, up and down. Right, left, up and down. Then again changing the grid's value with which we have changed with 0 to its previous value, and then returning the sum. After returning the sum, as we can see in this condition for 6 is 9 plus 8 plus 6, which is not the maximum of all, so we will keep on iterating over the next elements until and unless we have find the maximum value of all, and then returning the maximum value. Now let's have a look over the test cases, as we are done with the test cases not. Now let's submit and check if it is running or not. So yes, the solution has been accepted. And here is the code for the question. Thank you.